Good morning. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? How we doing? Morning, morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy CPI day. Happy CPI day to you guys. All right. Well, I hope you guys are doing well today. Hope you're excited for another day of trading. All right. Crazy pump. Crazy pump from CPI. From what I've seen, it looks like our consumer inflation numbers were less than expected, which is a good thing. All right, which means that's why we saw that market pump. We saw the market pump like crazy, right? So consumer inflation came out less than expected. So when we see those kinds of things, when our reports, on inflation and rate cuts and everything, it's important to keep an eye on those because we see a direct impact into our futures market when we see those reports, right? So we saw that crazy pump. If we look here on a daily time frame, look at that external liquidity level that I've been talking about for a while now at the top of that order block on the daily time frame has now been taken out. Okay, so that next external liquidity level I would be looking at on the daily would be these highs, right? Those highs. Way up there. But yeah, so now we have to be aware that we have swept liquidity already. So are we going to come back down or keep pumping? I expect the market to continue pumping today. That's my expectation. Obviously, we look at our our charts in the past few weeks. We have just been trending up, trending up, trending up, trending up, trending up. Right? We continue to make higher highs. We continue to make higher lows. To me, the market looks like it wants to continue to the upside. Right? Continue this bullish trend. That's my expectation for today. But obviously, we're gonna have to kind of wait for the market to really make that decision, really pick its direction. We can see on an hourly time frame we had chop. Well, now we have these equal lows down here with the fair value gap, so we do have some liquidity down below, right? On an hourly time frame, we do have some support down below, right? So 1 hour busy, but again, we pumped so aggressively. I do believe there's a strong chance that we will continue to the upside and to continue to target our buy side liquidity above. Right, so we got to look at where that buy side liquidity is. So we look at an hourly time frame, we got to find our other swing highs that are up here. Right, so this one right here, we got some liquidity up here at the swing high. Okay, we got some liquidity here with these equal highs over here. All these three equal highs, or relative to equal highs. And then we got our liquidity up top, right? So those are levels I'm looking at in terms of our buy side, where price wants to go. Okay, so we have to be aware that we have taken out that liquidity already, right? So we have to be careful, because what happens after we sweep liquidity is sometimes we'll get that reversal in the market after sweeping a very key external liquidity level. But again, our trend still tells me bullish, but I'll be waiting to kind of react, right? Today is CPI, so we already had that news come out, but we're going to be pretty, I'm expecting higher volatility today. We have a few news releases coming out at 10 a.m. Eastern, just yellow folder stuff. Some at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, yellow folder stuff, and then some this afternoon. But I would expect us to be kind of volatile today, so we'll see how our price action is. We can look at our London highs and London lows. Right, if we come down here at 3:45 a.m., we have that London low, and that's where those equal lows are. All right, so if price was going to drop today, I would expect us to come all the way back down and target these London lows. back into that imbalance. And then we had our London high, up here around 5 a.m. 4:45, right? I'm going to mark that as that 4:45 London high, right? So we have obviously pumped right through with that news release. And now we're just kind of chilling up in this area right now, right around this external liquidity level, just kind of waiting for the market to do something, right? We're just kind of chopping. Not a crazy market open so far, right? I do want to see if this is going to be a manipulation move up right now, right? And then we're going to have that power of 3 move back down to rebalance some of this market after sweeping external liquidity. We'll see, or if this is going to be a continuation to where we can start catching it up to these buy side liquidity levels. Okay, we can look over here at ES as well. Right, I have these from our previous day. These levels are all from our previous day. But let's look at ES on a daily time frame. Look at how ES has completely ran up past these highs and has almost taken out. It's almost already to our all-time high over here on ES. All right, so this has kind of been the theme lately, where ES has really been leading the way these past few days, and we can see how high ES has gotten up here. Something to keep an eye on. Right now, for looking over at NQ though, I'm noticing this, possible power of 3 here, right? Where you accumulate, manipulate, distribute down. So something I'm looking closely at to see if we do get displacement to the downside. Right? If there's strong displacement to the downside with the power of 3, we could look for a setup in the shorts after grabbing liquidity. But again, my bias is still long until I see very clear evidence that the shorts are going to come in. Well, so far we haven't seen the best price action, but it looks like we're starting to set up some better price action. Looks like we're starting to set up some better price action here. Just kind of waiting for price action to get really good, right? Waiting for displacement of the lows. We could wait for that 5-minute to close here. See if the 5-minute does end up displacing these lows, right? Or if this is just going to be more chop, and then we're just going to head right back up. All right, but remember that market open move, we typically see a manipulation move at market open. Right, we typically see that like Judas swing where we fake out one way and then we get our expansion move to the other side. Right, but I'm still bullish bias, so I'm not necessarily looking for the shorts until I really see us take out these lows, right? If we do take out these lows, then yeah, I would expect the shorts to possibly come in for a little bit and probably try to rebalance some of that news fair value gap there. All right, let's see, you said 15-minute fair value gap. Old 15-minute fair value gap. Talking about up here. This would be the only one I would see us being in right now. You said at 625.50. I'm a little confused where that fair value gap you're talking about is. Oh, you're talking about up here, 625.50. I see. Okay. All the way up here. Oops, why did I do that? That's on the 500s. This one, 625.50. Where is that fair value gap? I'm not finding it right now. To 675. I'm not sure. If you want to point that out or send a picture in your charts, then I'll look for it on my screen. Again, let me see. I'll send my charts right now to the chat if you guys, want to take a look at my charts. All right, so we didn't get any displacement down yet. Look at the 5-minute time frame. No displacement to the downside. We're still chopping right now. So I'm really just waiting for us to get out of the chop, get a displacement move, and wait for an actual expansion move where we're going to go target some, possibly some buy side liquidity up top at this high and this high, possibly our all-time highs. Or if we're going to come down, try to rebalance this market a little bit, right? So I'm just kind of waiting for that to happen. I still want to see longs come in today, but I just got to see that confirmation before I do get into any positions, right? Before I get into any positions. Let's look over here. Looking at ES here. ES does have this small daily fair value gap, not too big, but we have this daily order block up here, right, on ES that we're touching into right now. Could be a key level of resistance as well if we're not going to try to push through, right? We could react off of that daily order block. Let's see how far we are from it on NQ, right? I would be looking more, this isn't the strongest order block up here. I would be looking more at this one. We're already in this order block. So on NQ, I would expect us to try to really push through all these levels and continue back for our highs if we're going to continue this bullish trend. That's what I'm kind of looking for right now. All right, but we're just chopping. So got to wait for us to get out of this chop. Wait for something clear to set up. Not going to take any trades when we're moving like this. Right, especially on a day like today, really want to wait for good price action to show up. Don't want to trade in any bad price action. When we have these news days like this, we want to really wait for great setups. I mean, we're always waiting for great setups anyways, but these are those days we really want to be patient, especially when we're chopping right now. We're not really seeing any clear direction. Want to be very patient. Oh, 525 to 575. Okay, so that makes some more sense there. I was a little bit confused. I'm assuming it's up here. Yeah, let's see. Um, 525 to 575. Right, so we have our 525 right here. Yeah, the time would be good. I'm not really finding it. But again, we're right now we're just chopping. We can look at a 4-hour as well. We see that we have this 4-hour imbalance up here. We had that big 4-hour fair value gap here. We have that 4-hour fair value gap up top. All right, with an order block up top as well. All right, so that 4-hour is trying to push through this level right now. But it's important to see if we do continue down and the 4-hour respects this level and grabs liquidity, we might really see price head back down, possibly to that hourly imbalance. So something to look out for there. Just waiting for a breakout, right? Waiting for a breakout on either side, waiting for that displacement move. We're not really getting it on either side so far. Okay, NQ is looking like it's trying to break down right now. We're getting some divergence here. ES and NQ. ES has not taken out that low. NQ has swept that low. All right, so just really waiting to see what sets up. If this is going to be a power of 3, all right, where we come down, grab all that sell side liquidity resting beneath these lows, and then head up. Which right now we're kind of seeing that. Right now we're kind of seeing that. right? Today's one of those days where it'll be really hard to get good risk management because you can see how much each of these candles is moving, right? If we look at that last candle on the 1 minute, that last candle moved 97 ticks in one candle, right? In one candle, that was a 97 tick move. So this is one of those days where it's very hard to get our risk management down. So we have to be very careful, right? Maybe scaling down and our position sizes. Really looking for those ideal entries, right? Those ideal setups. Let's see our 15-minute closed. All right, 15-minute closed bearish. And we open this 15-minute, we come down into that 15-minute fair value gap, and we pump back, right? 5-minute grabs sell side liquidity, pumps back up, hasn't touched into the 5-minute imbalance down below. We'll see what happens here. All right, if we're gonna drop and we're gonna displace, that's when I'll start looking for shorts. But until I see any displacement, I'm still thinking long until I see that displacement. All right, we still have that SMT divergence between ES and NQ right here. ES is still failing to take out the lows. Okay, we keep coming down, trying to break through, and we see that resistance right around VWAP. We're seeing that resistance, so I'm still waiting right now, guys. I'm still waiting. I would like this to be a power of 3 where we see that pump happen. But gotta have that extra confluence today. So that's why you don't really see me rushing into any trades, because we're still kind of chopping here. We're still not really seeing any breakout move, any real move so far. We're just kind of chilling in this area. Right, so I'm hoping we'll have a better day of price action today. Obviously yesterday we didn't have the best day of price action. We caught that good expansion move in the afternoon. Right, we were able to catch over 200 ticks on that, which was really nice. I think it ended up hitting over like 500 ticks overall. I don't remember exactly what it was from our original entry, but we didn't, I ended up selling. But that was kind of the only move yesterday that was that real expansion move that we were able to catch. Right, so hopefully today we'll have a little bit more than that, but we will see, because in recent history we have not been having the best price action. All right, so we got to understand, if we're not going to have good price action, sometimes we might need to just sit on the sideline. But I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping we get something good here. See if we want to break through these lows and actually displace. This 5-minute candle is about to close. Really just waiting to see if we get displacement of these lows here. If we're going to try to really push down, or if this is just going to be that fake out move and we'll, come right back up. So far, nothing really clear. Okay, that's a good expansion move. That's a good displacement move right here. Let's see how it closes. Let's see how we close. All right, that's a strong move down there. All right, so now I'm looking at this order block here on the 1 minute. If we're going to come back and retest, if we form a fair value gap right here, that would be a level I'd be looking to enter off of. All right, we'll see. Let's look at that 50% level of our 15-minute fair value gap as well, just in case this is still that fake out move and we're going to get a bounce. All right, so we're almost at the equilibrium of our news fair value gap here. We're coming down. So yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, so far no entry I would have taken yet. Just really waiting for an actual breakout move, and then gotta wait for that retracement. But like yesterday, it's not really giving us a chance. It's not giving us a chance to get in just yet. It's not giving us a chance. All right, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay if I miss out on a trade because I'm waiting for my setup, right? If I end up missing out on this whole move, that's all right. That's not the setup I was looking for. We're seeing that bounce right off that equilibrium of our 15-minute. Look at that bounce. So now what I'm looking for here is, are we going to come up and retest, right? Are we going to test this fair value gap up top on the 1 minute? Right here. And are we going to get a bounce from it? Are we going to come up to this order block and get a bounce from it? All right, that's what I'm now looking for. All right, I'm going to be cautious because if we're going to just try to run right through this level, right, and this is just that fake out move right to the downside, then I'm not going to get an entry if we're going to push right through. But if we see that resistance off of that level, that's when I'm really looking to hop in the shorts. Try to catch them all the way back down to here. All right, so I'm just waiting to see what kind of reaction we get. If we're going to get some retracement up to here or not. All right, and then I'll be looking for an entry. But if we're pumping through super aggressively, you won't see me get entry in the shorts if we're pumping very aggressively. But if we go up into here and we start reacting to the downside, that's when I'll start looking for an entry. Another entry could be off of this 1 minute order block we just formed. Right, we might start dropping from here. Okay, but I typically like to wait for us to displace order blocks and then retrace up into them before I get an entry. But we do see that reaction we're getting off that 0.5 level. Let's see if we're to get an entry down here. Might not be the worst entry. I just don't want to rush anything. This wouldn't be giving me the best risk management here. From this level would not be the best risk management. I mean, we could barely keep our stop above this high, but to me that's not the best. Obviously, we have a lot of reward on this trade. So I might be willing to take this one and give it a shot, just getting half a lot and test it out. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to continue to be patient. Here, just waiting. Right, if we start to break down, I might look to get in a short entry. If we start to break down from here. If not, I'm waiting for us to retrace up into this fair value gap, up into that order block. Just waiting. See what happens here. Alright, there's a reason I don't want to rush an entry down here. We got that bounce right off the equilibrium of our 15-minute. We do have this 5-minute fair value gap above. Right, this could be a pretty solid entry. All right, I just want to see with how much momentum we're moving back up, right? Because this could end up being that fake out move down on a power of 3 where we actually go back for the highs, right? So I'm waiting to see what kind of reaction we get off of this level first. Patience here, guys. Patience will pay. They're still just chopping in this area. Just waiting here. Just waiting here. Waiting for us to make a move. Let's see. We're getting closer to that fair value gap. We just don't want to push up into it just yet. Man, we just got to make a move. We just got to make a move. Okay, we're now in that fair value gap. We're off, touching off VWAP here. So now I'm waiting to see if we get that reaction. All right, and if we start getting a reaction to the downside, that's when I'll start looking for shorts. But if we're going to pump through, all right, then I'm going to be a little bit cautious. This is a pretty slow move so far. We're seeing a little bit of a reaction off of it, but not enough just yet for me to get in. We have yellow folder news in a few minutes. Yeah, I don't think it won't be too high of an impact. Okay, I'm just still not getting enough confirmation here. Do you want to see how this 5 minute looks? I like that we're 5 minute. I like that we're reacting off that level, but we're not getting a strong enough reaction just yet for me to enter. It still looks like we want to push up a little bit, so I'm just waiting here. Just waiting. Just waiting. All right, would need to see a very strong reaction back down for me to short this. All right, because overall my bias is still bullish on the day, right? So that might have been our only short move so far, or like on the day, right? Our only move. That might be our fake out move. So that's why you see me being very cautious about these shorts, right? We still have that breakout, we still have that displacement, but I'm being very careful just in case this does end up being that fake out move and we're going to pump through the highs. Because then that's when I would change my idea and start looking for longs. Yeah, it's a pretty strong close there on the 5 minute. Pretty strong close. It looks like we're trying to pump through these levels now. Looks like we're going to try to pump through. So I'm waiting to see this reaction off the 1 minute here. Alright, right now it is looking like a power of 3 setting up. Alright, but that's why I have not gotten any entries yet. Just waiting for that reaction. Waiting to see if the longs will displace. All right, if the longs keep moving like this, I'm going to start looking for a long setup. I'm going to start looking for a long setup here. All right, still got to wait and see this reaction off the 5 minute, but it looks like we're really trying to pump through. Okay, if we're going to pump through this order block, that's when I'm really looking for longs. If we're pumping through this 1 minute order block, now I'll be looking for longs. All right, and trying to catch them back up to these highs. Remember, guys, my bias today has always been bullish. But seeing this displacement move down, right, that kind of started to make me think, well, maybe we're going to head down for the lows. But right now, after seeing that bounce off the 15 minute and that 15 minute close, right, off that equilibrium, this looks like we want to head back up, right? That's that perfect retracement move. Looks like we want to head back up. Okay, so we're forming that. We're still respecting this order block so far, and we're still respecting our 5 minute bearish for value gap. So I really, want to see us continue to pump through. All right, let's see what we do at this 1 minute fair value gap right beneath this 1 minute order block. If we start bouncing off this level, I do think longs will step back in. All right, let's see here. Let's see what kind of reaction we get. See what kind of reaction we get here. Okay, if we start, we're still respecting that 1 minute bearish order block in this 5 minutes, so that's why you haven't seen me jump into anything. But it looks like we want to start pumping for those highs. So I'm going to start looking for a long entry here. We'll see. I'm still being cautious. Still being cautious, just in case. Just in case. All right, now we're kind of stalling here. I'm going to start looking for longs here, guys. All right, I'm going to get in half a lot. I just got in half a lot in the longs, 18,502.50. Wow, that was another pretty high entry, but I still like the entry. I'm going to keep my stop just below this low. 55 ticks right now with half a lot, 18,488.75. So just half a lot right now. But I do like that we just disrespected this 1 minute order block, that we created this 1 minute bullish order block here. And I want to see us go up for these highs. And eventually for these highs. Okay, I have not added into a full. I'll let you know if I do. I'll let you know if I do add into a full. Right, I would be looking for TP, probably at these highs around 88 ticks or at 118 ticks, and then holding up all the way up to these highs up here. All right, if we come back and retest this 1 minute order block, and then, that would be another entry for me if we start to bounce again from that 1 minute order block. Okay, it's really looking like that power of three. It's looking like the longs want to step in and take out the highs. Okay, look at how that 5 minute just closed. Look how the 5 minute just closed. Completely disrespecting that 5 minute bearish for value gap there. Alright, so I do have a lot of conviction in these longs now. And if we start to bounce again, that's when I'll add into a full position. Alright, I just added into a full there. I'm going to add into a full. I just did. So my entry moved up to 06. Look at that entry. 0650 here is my new entry. So now I'm going to move my stop loss up. About 50. I'm going to keep it at 50 ticks at 18,494. So far, that was a good entry there. We'll just see if we can get that follow through. All right, I'll probably be looking to take TP up at these highs here. All right, I don't like that my stop is not below this order block now, but I do like that we bounced again from the order block. Now I want to see us pump up for these highs. So see, we're kind of stalling here. We're kind of stalling, but I still really have a lot of conviction in these longs right now. All right, the only thing that I could see happening is that we stall and create a 5-minute order block here, right, and then come down into this fair value gap and pump. And if that happens and it stops me out, I'll still be looking for a re-entry. Still be looking for a re-entry there. All right, let's see if we can get that follow through now, if we can get that expansion move, catch it up to the highs. Remember, you could always take your first TP here, you know, around 73 ticks. You could take a 1-to-1 around 50 ticks. Right, from our original entry, I think we've already hit 50 ticks. We've gotten close to it. No, we haven't hit 50. We've gotten close to 50 ticks. I'm just waiting for that move, waiting for that volume to step in here, push us up to the highs. All right, I'll take my first TP, you know, up at these highs up here. All right, so my first TP is about 102 ticks. So it's a 2-to-1 for our first TP. Just want to see if we're going to actually get that move. All right, again, you don't have to hold up to 100 ticks for first TP. You can always take your first TP at this high or at 50 ticks. All right, we just hit over 50 ticks already, so you guys can take that first TP if you want. I'm still holding up to that high for now. Let's see if we can pump through here. That's a nice move, but again, if you guys want to take that TP now, take it. Take it, right? You don't have to keep holding. We just hit 74 ticks there. 74 ticks. But I really want to hold this one through, guys. I really want to hold this one through. I like this reward. I do think we're going to go up for those highs. All right, if we don't, we don't. That's the risk I'm willing to take. But again, you guys don't have to take that risk if you don't want to. We're not seeing that follow through all the way. Okay, so I'm still holding. Again, we're still above a 1-to-1 right now. We're still sitting, not anymore, but we're right around 50 ticks still. So still around a 1-to-1. So you could still take profit if you want. Move that stop to break even. I'm just waiting for us to really get that pump through. I'll take my first TP at 102 ticks, and then I'll keep holding to these highs. Right, depending on how aggressive we get, maybe I'll keep holding up to these highs up here. Just want to see that expansion happen here. See if we can get a bounce off this 1-minute order block. I'm not loving this 5-minute candle so far. I don't love how that 5-minute closed. Like I said, we might come down now into this fair value gap below. We might come down. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens here. You know, I might even just move my stop to break even, and then if I get stopped, I'll look for a re-entry. That's what I'm going to do. I just move my stop to break even, and if I get stopped, you know, no loss, no win, but I'll get a re-entry down in that 5-minute fair value gap. All right, so I'm good with that right now. Risk-free trade now. Still haven't taken my profit. But that's because I have so much conviction right now in this trade that we can come up and take out these highs. All right, but just in case we do want to come down to this fair value gap, I'll just get a re-entry if that happens. I don't want to take a loss on this trade when we're up over 70 ticks. All right, but look what we did. We created these equal highs now. Look at these equal highs up here. So now we just generated more liquidity, right? So if we do go target that 5-minute fair value gap below, I still think we're going to come right back up for these highs. All right, let's just waiting here. See if we can get that expansion move. We look like we really want to. This price action looks like we really want to pump through. Nice 1-minute candle there. Let's see that follow through. Let's go take out those equal highs. Go take out that TP up top, and we'll be good. Come on now. Come on now. Patiently waiting here. Patiently waiting. Either way, for me at this point, it's a risk-free trade. But if you guys still, yeah, my stop loss is at break even. But again, guys, we keep hitting above a 1-to-1, so you have a lot of chances to take your TP if you don't want to hold like I am, right? You've got a lot of chances to take your first TP. And at this point, my stop is at break even. Okay, so it's a risk-free trade for me no matter what. Okay, I'm not going to take a loss on this trade. Oh, we keep getting so close to my stop loss here. Let's see if we stop me. Remember, like I said, we might come down into this 5-minute. We got a balanced price range, right? So, all right, I got stopped. So if we come down to here, this is when I'll start looking for a re-entry now. All right, this is when I'll start looking for a re-entry here. I'll start looking for a re-entry in here. I want to see a good reaction first. I want to see a good reaction. So I'm out at break even. I got out at break even there. And now I'm waiting for us to bounce off this 5-minute fair value gap back up to grab those equal highs. All right, waiting. All right, I'm going to get that re-entry here. Full lot re-entry here. I got filled kind of high. On that one. I got filled all the way at, oh wow. See, that's the only issue with that is I got filled with a way worse entry there. All the way at 11. I don't like that re-entry. I'm going to be honest, I don't like that re-entry. I'm going to keep a 50 tick stop again. Yeah, I mean, with that re-entry on my part, I would have rather just kept my original trade in there, but it happens. 18.4, 9.850 will be my stop. 50 ticks again. But we'll see if we run through. I'll still keep my first TP at this high. All right, so now it's only like an 84 tick first TP, which is kind of a bummer, but oh well. Oh well. All right, look at that bounce we got in the 5-minute there, guys. That's what I wanted to see. Now I want to see that continuation to the upside here. Continuation to the upside. Let's go take out those highs. Man, we just can't push through. Can't push through. Okay, so we're a few ticks in profit right now. I'm just waiting for that expansion move. I still like my stop loss. Giving myself some room here. I still have a ton of conviction in these longs, especially after seeing us bounce from that 5-minute. bullish fair value gap there. I just don't like how this 5-minute candle is forming so far. So, see what happens here. See what happens. Obviously, I got a terrible entry on that re-entry. But I wasn't going to take a losing trade on that last one after being up almost 80 ticks, right? So, yeah, the re-entry is not the best, but I still have conviction in this trade. I still have a good level for my stop loss. It's still a good risk to reward here for me. Let's see if we can finally pump through these highs, guys. Let's see if we can finally pump through. Come on. Come on. All right, let's go. Let's go grab those equal highs. Let's continue up to the highs up here. All right, so at this point again, I'm going to move my stop up a little bit. I'm going to move my stop up to this low here. All right, so 35 ticks is now my new stop loss. 35 ticks is my new stop loss here. Let's see, look at that. The 5 minutes looking nice here. We just got to see that follow through on the 5 minute. All right, everything about this structure tells me that these longs are trying to step in. They're just struggling. They're struggling here. Come on, push through. All right, those equal highs are getting grabbed. You could also take your TP here again, guys. That's above a 1-to-1 again. If you guys want to take your TP at those equal highs, you can. I'm holding up till we take out this high. I'm going to move my stop to break even here. Stops at break even. There we go. First TP just got hit, and now I'm going to keep holding this. Now I'm going to keep holding this, guys. Stop is still at break even. Now I want to see us run up for these highs and possibly up for these highs all the way up here. All right, so I'm going to give this one some room to run. Let's see if we can keep pushing. All right, so first TP was 84 ticks there. 84 ticks for our first TP. All right, now I want to give this one a chance to keep running. Okay, obviously we could grab that liquidity and come back down. We're seeing that reaction right now after grabbing liquidity. If that happens, that's the risk I'm willing to take to let this one go. I want to see if this one's going to continue for our other highs. That's why I'm willing to give it a shot. And if we come back down to stop me out at break even, oh well. Oh well, still caught profit, still won the trade. Okay, you could take full TP. Yeah, I sold half of my position, right? At first TP, I sold half my position. Right, so what I would do next is if we pump again, right, I would probably take off a little bit more here and then probably get out full up here. Right, if we're going to get that expansion move, which it looks like we are. Looks like we are. We just have to figure out, see how much retracement in the market we'll get. I want to see us actually, this is the one thing on the 5 minute, we can see we're not displacing this high, but we are displacing our previous 5 minute order block. All right, we displaced our previous 5 minute order block, which is a good sign. Now we just need to see 15-minute displacement of this high. Everything still looks great for the longs, and that's why I'm still holding this position. All right, you can move your stop loss into profit. You could get out fully here. Okay, we're around like 70 ticks right now. But I still love this trade, and I still want to give it some room to run here. Right, I'm completely okay with getting stopped at break even here to give this a chance. All right, I already took my profit. It's a winning trade. And now I'll see if we can keep expanding. Right, our market structure still looks so bullish. It looks like we want to go take out these highs. We finally have a day where it looks like we want to get some expansion in the market. Right, so we haven't had one of those days in a little bit. So I'd rather just just give it a shot. And if that expansion happens, then we get to reap the benefits. So far, so good. So far, so good. Let's see if we can keep pumping. Remember, this next high could be a good full TP. It's about 146 ticks. We just hit 100. We hit over 100 ticks so far. The OB we first took, on the 1 minute, is down here. This was our first entry, was down here. We waited for that expansion. This was that order block, touched into the fair value gap, started to pump. So our original entry was very solid, right? And I could have kept my original entry in here with my stop loss and still won this trade. But again, we got the re-entry and we still won. So look at that 5 minute. We're still looking very bullish. I still want to see this 15 minute push through these highs. All right, we're just kind of chilling here. Again, if you want to move your stop loss into profit, you can do that. If you want to take full TP, you can do that. Remember, trade with your own style. You do not have to do what I'm doing. Right? I'm willing to take this risk because that's how I'm feeling today, right? I want to let this one go. But if you're not willing to take the risk, that's okay. You can take your profits and run. Either way, that's 80 plus ticks, right? So do what you feel comfortable doing, what you want to do. And we'll see if this one keeps running. Sweet. We're chilling. We'll be chilling. All right, so what I'll do is if we hit this high up here, I'll sell off a little bit more and then I'll just leave a few more, maybe one runner. Let's see if we can push through here. Come on, NQ. Come on. Push through. Push through. All right, so that next target is 146 ticks, and that final target would be 223 ticks. Keep pushing, keep pushing. All right, if I was going to move my stop loss into profit, I would probably keep it under this 1 minute order block right here, probably at this level. I'm not going to do that just yet. Not going to do that just yet. We're looking too bullish, and I want to give myself a chance even if we do retrace. We're almost at that next TP level, right at this high. 140 something ticks. Take off some more, and then leave a runner, and see if that runner will fly to the moon. Okay, I do want to see though who caught this trade with me today. Who caught this trade with me today? Come on, guys. CPI Wednesday and we're killing it. CPI Wednesday, we're killing it. There we go. There we go. Nice. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Big profits up in here. Big profits up in here. Hey, there we go, deep. Nice, you're getting close to passing that account. Dang. Let's go. You guys better start sending those profits. I want to see your guys' profits in the profit tab, right? I want to start seeing your guys' funded certificates and your payouts and all that. And I want to see your guys' progress. All right, so our 5 minute displaced here. That's a nice displacement candle on the 5 minute of the high. Now I just want to see 15-minute displacement in the next 5 minutes. We'll see. Guys, like I said, I really don't care if I get stopped out at break even on this trade. This is one of those ones where I just want to let ride, and I'm fine with letting this one go. Hey, let's go, Kava. That's your first eval right there? Congrats. That's so awesome. Let's go. That's a big milestone right there. That's a big milestone. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about right there. Hey, let's go, Shosky. Look at that. Wait, what's that total profit? That total profit's cut out, but it looks like a big number there. You're up 7,000 on it? Already? Okay, I was gonna say. Okay, cool. Let's go. Oh, got you. Oh, I see now, I see. Let's go, dude. That's big time. There we go. There we go. Alright, well, hopefully we don't come down and stop me out at break even. But if we do, that's the risk I was willing to take. Again, we have this 5-minute order block down here we could bounce from. We'll see what happens here. We will see what happens. I'm still giving this one a chance. Let's go, Victor. Nice. Alright, and guys, the reason I'm giving this one a chance is because there is potential to hit over 200 ticks. Right? And if it was just for like a few more ticks, I would have just gotten out already. Right? But because the reward could be over 200 ticks on this one, that's why I'm willing to let this one ride. Right? And because I still have my conviction in the longs. I do really want to see this 15-minute close above this high though. As well as this 30-minute. I want to see them close above this high. Look at that. We come down, we barely touch that order block on the 5-minute and that fair value gap here, and we pump. And then we pump, right? That's pretty nice. Come on. We've only got 10 seconds left on this 15-minute. Are we going to displace? Are we going to displace on the 15 and the 30? Doesn't look like it. We barely didn't displace there on the 15-minute and on the 30. Which I didn't want to see that. I wanted to see that displacement. Let's see. I'll still give this one a chance for now. I'll probably think about moving my stop into profit though. Since we didn't get that displacement, I'll probably move my stop into profit. I'm at least going to move a few ticks into profit. I'll probably move it up to... Let's see here. I'm going to move it up to 18,517.75. Just beneath that 1-minute fair value gap there. All right, so that's my stop right now. It's sitting in profit. There we go. Look at that move up. Look at that move up. So at this point, I'll move my stop up even further now. I'll just move it up to this low. So I just moved it up to the low, 18,523. All right, so now we're just beneath this low. After seeing that pump, if we come back down to here, I won't want to be in this trade anymore anyways. So that's why I'll keep my stop down there. And if we can pump through, awesome. Awesome. All right, so it's beneath this 5-minute order block, beneath this 5-minute fair value gap. So yeah, if we come back, or sorry, this 5-minute order block, 5-minute fair value gap, if we come back to this level, I won't want to be in this trade either way because I think we will come back down and retrace pretty far. So stop's in profit now, guys. Stop is in profit. Still giving this one a chance though. Just giving it a little bit of a chance. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, and that could be a possibility, right? Generating sell-side liquidity. But we did, we have that. That's the other ideal entry that I love to take, right? We form that order block, or we have a fair value gap below. We have an order block. We touch off of it, and we pump. All right, so that's that entry I love to take. Now we'll just see if we can get that follow through. Get that momentum to step back in and push us all the way to the highs. Right, so I'm selling a few more of my position here, and then I'll hold one runner up to the top. Up to the top. Come on, we're almost at that next TP level. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Do we think we're going to get there? Do we think we'll get there? Looking at this 5-minute time frame, I think so. Looking at the 5-minute, I do think we'll get there. We just got to see another displacement here. Joe, we trust. Come on, push through. We're almost. We're so close here. We are so close. But close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, right? We got to see us actually. There we go. Come on, guys. Look at that. Next TP just got hit. Let's go. All right, so I have one runner left. I'm going to keep my stop where it is, down here with one runner. And I'll give it a chance to hit that 220 tick mark. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so on this trade, we've hit 161 ticks. 161 ticks so far. So I'll leave one runner here. I want to see displacement of this high. Again, but a displacement of this 5-minute order block would be huge. Let's go. Yeah, again, another full TP level up here, guys. You don't have to keep holding a runner. You could get out completely here. I want to see us displace on the 5-minute. As long as we displace this 5-minute order block in this high, I think we'll still continue to the upside. Like that. That's another strong displacement move. Order block left behind. Right, another support level down here. Yeah, so that 220 tick level. Let's look at the 4-hour here. Is that 4-hour high up here, right? I've got a bunch of lines here. Right, so that 220 tick mark is this high up here, but we could honestly continue to go all the way up for these highs. Right, so we'll see. I'll probably take my full TP if we hit that level though. All right, but as you can see, we have more highs up here, up here. There's still buy-side targets that we could go for, but I'm not going to be too greedy. But honestly, with just one contract left, I'm willing to kind of just let it ride, and maybe we'll continue to pump and we'll never even come back to this level. We'll see. All right, we're getting that strong expansion move to the upside right now, which we haven't seen in a while. So, I mean, this could be one of those trades that I hold for a long time and just hold one contract since I've already taken most of my profit. All right. You know, I might just end up holding it for a while and then just slowly moving my stop loss up if we continue to pump, right? So we're back up to around 160 ticks here. I mean, there's potential for us to keep running. So I don't have a limit order set. I'm just kind of holding this. And we keep pumping, right? So I'll give myself a chance to continue to let this one ride. Right, you can move your stop. If you're still going to hold, you can move your stop up below this 1 minute order block here. Right now I'm keeping mine beneath this. Right, beneath this order block on the 5 minute. Yeah, so that's 178 ticks so far. 178 ticks for me. Some people probably had that original entry. Yeah, see, like DP probably had that original entry, right? So you probably chilling here. I mean, we're very close to that 220 mark, 223 mark. But again, if we pump through super aggressively on this one, I'll just keep holding it. You know, I'll keep holding it possibly all the way up to here for like 460 ticks. The swing high with considered a breaker block. Which one? Are you talking about on our 4 hour? We're almost to that 223 tick mark, guys. So if you want to take full TP up here, you could take everything out. You could take everything out. Look at that. Look at that. I'll move my stop up now. I'll move my stop up to beneath that 1 minute order block at this point. 18,542.5 is my new stop. Oh, this one right here. This one right here. Yes, technically that would be... no, I wouldn't consider that a breaker because we don't have a clear swing low over here. There's not a clear swing low over here. But we have that 5 minute order block right here, so that's why we see that bounce. Let's see, can we reach it? Can we reach it? You think it's possible sometimes this week to hit 18,750? Let's look. Let's look. 18,750. Yes, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. We could go for those all-time highs. We could go for those all-time highs this week. We're seeing already a strong expansion. We'll see if we get that continuation, though. All right, so what I'm either going to do is, if we hit this high up here, I'll sell my last runner. Or I'll just keep moving my stop up super close and give it a chance to come all the way up. But again, we could have retracement at any time. All right, so that's why I moved my stop all the way up to here just in case. Just in case. I mean, look at these 5 minute candles. We continue to get displacement of the highs. All right, so the next high is up here at 18,566.75. Look at that 15 minute candle. Got 5 minutes left on the 15, but it looks like we want to come up and displace. All right, we're almost at that 223 tick mark. We're getting close. Minis today. This will be probably, this one right here is my biggest. This will be my biggest profit of the year. I scaled in a little bit. Scaled in a little bit. Pretty good on this one. If we do continue up, it'll be my biggest profit. There we go. We're almost to that level. There we go. Come on. Come on. So close. I just wanted to hit it. Just wanted to hit it. Oh my gosh, we're a few ticks away. We're a few ticks away. Do I sell everything once we hit this, or do I keep letting it run? Oh, come on, guys. You got to let me know. You got to let me know. Do I sell? Or do I keep letting it run? I only have one mini in right now. I've got one mini. Okay, everybody's telling me to sell. Alright, I'm selling. I'm out. We're done. We're done. Full TP, 223 ticks just hit, guys. 223 ticks. Come on. Come on, let's see it. Let's see it, guys. Who caught that with me? That is what I'm talking about. That's how we trade our CPI Wednesday right there. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hey, 90 ticks is still 90 ticks. That's still great profit. Yeah, right? It's just going to like chop for the rest of the day. Man, that is nice. That is nice. Yeah, I mean, our plan, right? We came into the day, I came into the day saying I want to see us, continue with our bullish trend. I want to see us continue with our bullish trend, right? We saw that retracement move. We'll do a little recap here. Look how we came right down to that exact, right, to that 50% level of our fair value gap we created during the news, and then we pumped, right? That's when I started thinking about shorts, but then we saw that bounce from that equilibrium, and we pump, and then those longs continue, and look at that move. Look at that move. I mean, guys, if this 15-minute displaces this high up here, we might just keep running all day. We might keep running all day, right? All right, but I'm good. I'm glad that I took my profit. We got 223 ticks. We take our profit, we run. And then our entries, both of our entries were pretty, like, were perfect, right? Both of our entries were perfect. Our first one was down here, right? We created that 1 minute order block after displacing a 5-minute bearish fair value gap. We trade into the fair value gap below the order block here. We pump, right? So that was my original entry. Ended up getting stopped out at break even down here, right? So my entry was somewhere up here. But then we got a re-entry here, and look at, when we got our re-entry, we just pumped. We just kept pumping. So yeah, pretty good entries today. Pretty great trade. I mean, both of the trades were good, right? Both of the trades were good. Both of the trades, right? So that first order block I was talking about is here on the 1 minute. Look at this. This was that order block we formed. And look how we had the fair value gap right below. So we see that fair value gap down here. Right, and we had just displaced a bearish fair value gap on the 5 minute. Right, so that's that 1 minute. We traded it down into it and we started to bounce. That's when I get that entry, right? When we have that fair value gap beneath that order block, I get that entry there. We pump, right? And then we trade back into this 1 minute order block as well as this 5 minute fair value gap we created, right? So this was an order block and a fair value gap. And then we pump, right? So those are both my entries. Yeah, and then every time we form one of these 5 minute order blocks, that's when I'm looking, for re-entries if I wasn't in the trade, right? Those 5 minute order blocks or these little 1 minute order blocks we form. Look how we always respect them. We trade into them, we bounce. We create one here, we bounce. We create one here, we bounce, right? Man, I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Means a lot. Yeah, so our target, we had a few targets on this one. If we look at our 4-hour time frame, remember, we charted out these highs this morning. Okay, so we had our highs. So it was this one here, and we had our high at this one here on the 4-hour. These swing highs, right? So these are like our external highs that we're targeting. And then our next ones would be these equal highs up here, and then the all-time highs up here, right? So that's how I find those targets. It's our external targets, right? When we see strong expansion moves, we expect us to go actually take out our external levels, right? So these swing highs on our 4-hour and 1-hour, on our daily, those were our targets. And we can see that we went up and caught it. But yeah, guys. So, I mean, great session so far. Remember, no educational session today. No educational today, but we will come back for our prop firm session. And I'll let you guys know we're gonna be doing our book club session. I think we're gonna start that today with just a maybe just a live session, kind of talking about it, so that everybody can get their books, and we'll kind of talk about what we're gonna be doing for the book club. So if you guys want to be a part of that, wait for you'll hear an announcement from me, and we'll run a live session. It'll either be today or tomorrow. Our first book we're going to be reading is Think and Grow Rich. I've read it before. It's a great book. It really helped me with my financial mindset. We just want to keep improving, guys, on every aspect. I want to offer value, right? Like in every aspect, in trading, in business, in life, psychology, all the above, right? So that's why we're starting this book club, to just keep adding value, right? Keep adding value to our lives and keep improving, keep learning. All right, guys. Hey, let's go. That 250K. I saw that they were doing it on sale. Nice. Let's go. Well, John Wick's voice will be back in your life soon enough, Trosky. Soon enough. Hey, there we go. Piense y hágase. Y hágase? I think I'm saying that right. Think and Grow Rich. He will be joining us probably at the end of the month. If not the end of the month, it'll be the start of June. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to end the session there. Awesome session today. 223 ticks in profit. I'm going to walk away. I'm not going to keep trading. I probably won't take any more trades until our prop firm session, okay? I'm not going to take any more trades until our prop firm session. So we'll be back in a few hours for that. Until then, take it easy, stay safe, take care of those accounts, and I'll see you soon. All right, guys. Appreciate you so much. God bless. Oh, I got to get back on that Duolingo. I keep doing it where I'm like, I'm on it, and then I'll stop, and then I get back on it, then I stop. I'm going to hop back on that Duolingo, though. Thank you for sending that. Oh yeah, I love Spanish, man. My goal is to be fluent. I was getting pretty close a few years ago, and then I stopped using it completely. So I lost a lot of it. Oh, that's sick. Your wife's Colombian? That's awesome, bro. I went to Colombia. Beautiful country. De nada, de nada. All right, guys. Adios.